We've all been there. You have the perfect HDMI cable, promising pristine audio and video,
Hmm.
but then you hit that physical wall. Maybe it's 15, 20 feet.
Yeah, that's a classic copper barrier. You
Yeah.
try to go across a large room to a projector, and the signal just dies.
You get dropouts, handshake issues, or just
Yeah,
nothing.
a blank screen.
Exactly.
So that brings us to what we're looking at today. It's the Kramer TP-573, and on the surface, it's just a little box, a transmitter.
Right.
But it seems like it's designed to completely decouple your source from your screen.
That's a perfect way to put it. It's basically a solution that uses Kramer's own DGKat technology to push everything over, well, a simple network cable.
So instead of a thick HDMI cable for that long run, you're using something like Cat 6.
Cat 5, 6, 7, yeah. Standard twisted pair cabling.
Okay, let's pause on that term, DGKat. Is that just, marketing speak for a signal converter, or is something more specific happening?
It's a very specific conversion method. So HDMI uses something called TMDS for its video data.
Right. The TP-573 takes that TMDS signal and adapts it to run over the physical wires of a network cable. It's not packetizing it like internet traffic.
So it's using the road, but not the traffic rules of the internet.
That's a great analogy, yeah. And because you're not compressing it into IP packets, you avoid all that latency you'd get with video over IP.
And that would explain the quality. The specs say it supports HDCP 2.2 exabeat, color Dolby True HD.
All of it. As far as the devices are concerned, the projector doesn't even know the source is 300 feet away. The distance is, well, it's invisible.
And speaking of distance, what are we actually talking about here?
Well, this is the impressive part. On a decent shielded SIDE5 cable, you can get a 1080i signal up to 90 meters. That's almost 300 feet.
Wow. But I did see the numbers change for 1080p.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
More bandwidth means more friction, so to speak.
Mm.
At 1080p, that range on CTAP5 drops to around 30 meters.
Still pretty good, but quite a drop.
It is. But if you step up your cable to, say, a SAT7 with better shielding, you get back up to 100 meters.
So the cable itself becomes a really critical part of the design.
Absolutely.
Now, my next thought is power. When you add gear like this, you're usually adding power bricks everywhere. If the receiver is up in the ceiling with a projector...
Do you need an outlet up there?
Exactly.
And thankfully, the answer is no. This uses what they call a power connect system. It's essentially power over cable.
So you plug the power supply into the transmitter?
Yep, at the source end, and it sends the 12 volts right down the same network cable to the receiver unit.
That is a huge labor saver for an installer.
It simplifies the entire process. Plus, these things are tiny. They're part of the DigiTools line, so you can rack mount 3 of them side by side in a single one-use space.
Okay, so we've got video, we've got power, but I see a couple other ports on here that I think are maybe the most interesting part, the RS-232 and the IR jack.
This is the control layer, and it's critical. The system is idirectional.
What does that mean in practice?
It means you can send control signals back from the display to the source.
So I could point my remote at the TV in one room, and the command travels back down that same CAT cable to the amplifier in a closet somewhere else.
Precisely. It turns the display into a fully interactive endpoint.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just sending a picture, you're extending the entire user interface.
That's really powerful. And at around $220, it's not some unobtainable piece of enterprise gear either.
No, it's professional tech that solves a problem you'd otherwise spend a fortune trying to fix with boosters and expensive cables that probably wouldn't even work.
It really just changes how you think about designing a space, doesn't it? You stop thinking about where the gear has to live.
Exactly. The hardware's location becomes almost irrelevant.
Which I guess leaves us with a final thought. If we can so easily separate the interface, the screen, and remote from the actual machine by hundreds of feet, are we getting to a point where the media closet or the server rack just becomes this abstract concept?
Just a cloud of accessible endpoints distributed through a building.
Yeah. Something to think about. Thanks for walking us through this.
Anytime.